Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Radhe Shyam, Jaya Radhe Shyam, Jaya Radhe Shyam, Jaya Radhe Shyam. Jaya Lalita Vishakha, Jaya Radhe Shyam, Lalita Vishakha, Jaya Radhe Shyam. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Gurudev. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chaksurun Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manubhistam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Savarandigam Aradana Srinandantai Ridam Yache Puna Puna Srimad Rupa Padambujo Dulisyam Janma Janmani Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Panchakalpachubhyasta Kripa Sindhuvevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. So we're gathered here in the holy Dham of Sri Vrindavan Dham, where even today, for those who have the eyes to see, Radha and Krishna's pastimes are still going on. And in that Vrindavan, we're sitting in the area known as Ramanreti, where Prabhupada said Krishna and Balaram and all the cowboys used to sport. In that Ramanreti, there was a plot of land, and a pure devotee saw it and said, let there be a temple and devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And this beautiful Krishna Balaram Mandir appeared 46 years ago. In that Krishna Balaram Mandir, there's a wonderful hall called Balaram Hall. And it is the Kamada Ekadasi day of the bright half of the month of Chaitra. Chaitra is a very, very sweet month because this is the month that Lord Balaram does his rasa dance in Ramghat for the entire month. So this is a very sweet month, so we're very sweet day, the Ekadasi day, Kamada Ekadasi day. So in this very sweet month of Chaitra, during the Rasa Leela of Balaram, His Grace, His Holiness, still COVID makes your brain a little funny. So His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj appeared, one of my very sweet godbrothers, appeared on this day, and we're here to glorify His Holiness. So I met Jayapataka Maharaj many, many years ago, probably in 1970, I think. I joined in a temple called Boulder, Colorado, and Maharaj was brahmachari at the time. And he was on his way somehow to Chicago for some important devotional service. But those days, it was not like nowadays where we fly around like it's nothing, or at least a few years ago anyway, we were flying around like it was nothing. But somehow Boulder, Colorado, where I joined, was halfway there from LA. So he stopped in Boulder. And 1970, so how many years is that? 51 years, huh? Jayapataka Das Brahmachari came. And he stayed for a few days and enlivened us, although he was a devotee of maybe 1 or 2 years. That was an old devotee in those days. And at that time, the girl who later became my wife was visiting the temple, traveling around in a Southern Bell converted telephone van. So unbeknownst to us, because temples are very jealous to get Lakshmi and very anxious, he somehow convinced her to give the Lakshmi to get from Boulder to Chicago behind our backs. So, but while he stayed, this is a pastime that nobody knows. While he stayed, there was my wife and 2 other girls who were coming to the temple, and they were very anxious to become part of the community. And at that time in our temple, we had no women. The temple president's wife had gone off, was sent by the GBC to Laguna Beach or someplace for some special devotional service. So there was no one in the temple who was a woman. And these girls, they were tired of coming in their t-shirts and blue jeans to the temple programs, to the class and Sunday feasts and everything. But none of us knew how to put on a sari. So Jayapataka Das Brahmachari, he went around and looked at all the Brishbazi prints in the temple and more or less figured it out. And he took all these girls, my future wife included, and taught her how to put on a sari. So, and she said only he got one fold wrong. Later when she learned how to put on a sari properly. So Jayapataka taught my wife how to put on a sari. This is a pastime that nobody knows. But he's always been very loving to me. I served in South America. He also served, and we would always greet each other in Spanish. ¿Cómo estás? Bien. ¿Y usted? We had very loving relationship in South America. We've always had a very loving relationship. Jayapataka Swami has always been very kind to me. Even just a couple of weeks ago, I sent him an email in the morning. By evening, I got the answer. Jayapataka was so busy, he must get hundreds of emails every day. I sent email in the morning, and by evening I got the answer. And he greeted me, oh, my very dear godbrother Dinabandhu. So we've always had a very loving, sweet relationship. And I'm completely in awe of him. He's done so much service. He stayed there in Mayapur when there was nothing there. Now we all want to stay in, what is it, the Conch building. Everybody wants to stay in the Conch building with nice air-conditioned room. He was staying there was nothing but straw huts. And you pump the water from the well, which was, because in those days there wasn't, drinking water like we have nowadays, so we were always having our problems with our belly. So you can imagine you're having problem with your belly, but to go to the bathroom you have to fill up a bucket of water, and you have to pump, and pump, puts pressure on that area. So he was staying there from the very beginning. And developing Mayapur, now we see Mayapur is so amazing. We cross the river, we see this big, huge temple of Vedic planetarium. It's just an amazing place, all to the great power and devotional service of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. Prabhupada said, I just want one moon. But somehow or other, by Krishna's mercy, by Prabhupada's determination and purity, Prabhupada has many moons, and one of the brightest moons among them is His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj Ki. So we just went to, and he's a survivor. So many things have happened, you all know. He's still there despite everything, and looking over the temple and looking after the devotees and preaching like anything, despite everything, all the obstacles that have been put in front of him. So we just pray at the on this holy day of his 72nd appearance. He beat me by a few months. We only pray that he have a long life and continue devotional service to Srila Prabhupada for a long time and benefit all the devotees of the world. And he has asked us to pray very urgently for Pankaj Jangri, who's very critical stage in Calcutta of this COVID virus. Srila Jayapataka Swami Maharaj Ki!
Om Jnana Timarandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Jayapataka Maharaj Ki Jai. His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj Ki Jai. So, Krishna spoke to Lord Brahma. God himself gave Brahma the Vedic knowledge. Vyasadeva, his personal incarnation, was instructed by Narada Muni, Brahma, Narada, Vyas, Madhva, down to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 6 Goswamis, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada, and his sincere followers, Jayapataka Maharaj. I also was in Miami for many years. We worked the airports in Miami, so often Jayapataka Maharaj would come through Miami International Airport. We would greet him and always have his darshan in Miami, the gateway to South America. As Dinabandhu Prabhu mentioned, that taking the responsibility of representing the Guru Parampara is a big responsibility. And although one may feel, oh, I have so many disciples and I have so much love and adoration, it's actually a yagya, a great tapasya, because you're out of care, love and care, you want to give the best spiritual message for all your disciples and all your followers and everyone, not just your disciples. We also lived 1 year in Mayapur in 2000. We spent 7 years here in Vrindavan, so we spent a little time in Mayapur, so we would be participant in the big kirtans with the big wampers. Is there a special name for those? They're very nice. And Jayapataka Maharaj was always very enthusiastic on the Gaur-mandala Parikram, or during kirtan, bring out the powerful weapons, the atomic weapons, the kirtan. So this is the meaning of Vyasa Puja, that we're very appreciative and thankful, indebted with gratitude. Gratitude is a sign of maturity and advancement, that we see that Krishna is caring for us, He's sending His representatives, He's empowering those who take the message of Godhead. And also, this is the austerity that's being performed. I'm reading a little bit in the first canto about the passing of Bhishma Dev. Now, Yudhishthira was very much lamenting about the slaughter of Kurukshetra. So many people were slaughtered. But it says that both parties, because Krishna's special mercy were present, they all achieved liberation. They all actually went to the spiritual kingdom. Both sides. So 640 million, that was a wholesale liberation taking place. But Krishna was the friend, younger cousin of Yudhishthira, and he could have instructed Yudhishthira to get free from his lamentation, but instead he brought him before Bhishma Dev. Now Bhishma Dev is lying on the deathbed of arrows. At that time you shouldn't be asking someone spiritual questions or anything really, but somehow Krishna wanted to glorify his devotee and show the power of the Mahajana. Matter of fact, when Bhishma left, the demigods from all the different planets, even different universes, they came to offer respects to the devotee of the Lord. So devotee is one who carries the message of Godhead. And we see, we should not minimize or actually see someone as, oh, he's material body from this nationality or from this background or that background. Jayapataka Maharaj dedicated his life to serving Srila Prabhupada's mission. He did the Mayapur project with heart and soul. You see so much energy, thousands and thousands and tens of thousands. I remember some years ago, Jayapataka Maharaj came to Vrindavan, maybe in the late 90s, and he was doing japa classes to see how people are chanting their japa, very meticulously listening to the Mahamantra. Are they, not in a critical or overseeing way, but in a caring way, that devotees are taking the process of devotional service, especially the Mahamantra, very, very seriously. So this is the duty of the Guru, the spiritual master, and the disciple's duty is to glorify his spiritual master, worship him like God, not in a, how you say, sentimental way or just out of lip service, but genuinely appreciating that my guru is delivering the message of Godhead and gives me an opportunity to also come to that spiritual transcendental platform. So we're all trying to work together as brothers, sisters, uncles, cousins. Krishna had a relationship with Yudhishthira as a younger cousin, and even though he's the Supreme Personality of God, he still acted in a way of proper respect to his older cousin Yudhishthira. And Yudhishthira understood this is the Supreme Lord, but also he did his duty. So we should all do our duty of showing respect and honor to Vyasadeva, to Krishna, to the Lord, the Vedas, through Jayapataka Maharaj's efforts of propagating the Guru Parampara and giving all of us, the followers, well-wishers, because it's not simply by our own austerities and book knowledge, it's actually by the grace of God and by the grace of the Lord's devotees. So, if the devotee of the Lord is pleased, then we're guaranteed. So serve Maharaj nicely, serve the devotees nicely, and have a wonderful Vyasa Puja. His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj ki.
When we would see that from an external point, that when Japataka Swami was in New York, he was walking down a road, and Jayananda Swami and the group there were building a Radiyatra cart. And he came by and he was just looking what is going on, and Jayananda asked him, "Come, can you nail some nails? You can help." But so it looks like he was just an American who was walking by. But when we deeper look into the thing, it appears that that is Krishna's arrangement. When Srila Prabhupada came on this planet, his name is Prabhupada. That means the person at his feet the Prabhus are sitting. So it seems it is Krishna's arrangement that Japataka Maharaj came at this time and point. Because a person who can perform so many spiritual activities, he is definitely not an ordinary living entity, who is a spiritual master, and usually we sing that in the morning, life after life. So he has brought so many of his disciples with him. And as Panchagoda is saying, he's very inventive. I also remember when he started that Japa Singh, where he was looking everywhere, he was holding this Japa seminar, and everywhere he was looking that his disciples are chanting Japa. And there's another thing, a very great revolution actually, His Holiness Japataka Swami brought alive, is when this congregation preaching was not very much appreciated or was not very much in action is gone. And when he took the GBC responsibility as the Minister for Congregation Preaching, he actually brought the preaching in ISKCON to a whole nother level. He started that Stel group preaching. And I was that time on Padayatra. And usually we would come in a big city and quickly we go to the ISKCON temple, and next day we try to leave the city as fast as possible. But then we came to Chennai, and once a sudden they had 21 or 22 cell group preachings in Chennai. So the Padayatra spent almost 1 month in Chennai, going from one of the cell groups to the other, and we sold books and preached like never before. And it was like a mini temple everywhere. And the same thing as the devotees, the whole Middle East was cultivated by His Holiness Japataka Swami, and they brought out those books, this Padmini Devi Dasi, these books about cell group preaching. And now I can say when we were going on Padayatra, sometimes we walk for 6 months and we not meet a single devotee. These days the Padayatra devotees, they go from congregation preaching to congregation preaching, and all over the villages and all over the towns, everywhere the devotees now. And these are all congregation devotees, and that all has in the root where Japataka Swami focused on congregational preaching. So we can see it's a very powerful preacher who very seriously engages in Srila Prabhupada's mission. And so we all have the fortune, and as Panchagora said, against all odds, I remember that time in Mumbai after the meeting, he had that stroke, and before he was attacked by a knife in Spain, and against all odds he's survived, and he's pushing on the preaching mission. And I remember with Padayatra, I'll meet him in Mumbai, I meet him in Delhi, some small Radiyatra somewhere in Kerala. There's the Maharaj. Wherever you go, Maharaj is there. We meet him in Tirupati. So he's, I think, in the Guinness World Record. He's the most traveled man on the planet. So just see, and even now in his sick condition, he never stopped preaching. Day and night, he's always engaging in spreading Holy's name. So I'm a very small person. So Jai His Holiness Japataka Swami Maharaj Ki Jai.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna. I thank you all of you having invited me to participate in my Guru Maharaj Vyasa Puja invitation. I had been here for some around 12 years back in 2007 or 8 when I was co-president here. I attended the Vyasa Puja. Now in Vrindavan again I am attending. It's a fortunate enough for me. Actually, some of my personal incidents with the Guru Maharaj is very special. Maybe how he knows how to bring down the disciples' ego. Maybe I was little egoistic, still I may be egoistic. But very nicely he brings down. I remember I went for initiation. Those days initiation qualification means no big test, nothing and all those things. 4 regulatory principles and 16 round chanting. And generally question also will be asked. Now also they should ask how many rounds you are chanting. Minimum 16. I always insist minimum. Not 16 rounds, minimum 16 rounds. And the following regulatory principles, 4 regulatory. What are the regulatory principles? This was I was taught. I used to neophyte. I don't know much things. This is the one you should fulfill for getting initiation. I don't know the Vaishnava character, Vaishnava quality, humble mode, nothing I know. Then I went for initiation. First question Guru Maharaj asked, are you qualified? I was in the material knowledge, 4 round regulatory principles and 16 round chanting. Yes, Guru Maharaj, I qualified. Then you are disqualified. That first word. Then you are immediately told, not even hesitation. Then you are disqualified. It's a great lesson. Somebody thinks he is qualified, then he is disqualified. When you go approach a Vaishnava, you never go with a mood of you are qualified. And you should go in unqualified mode, begging mode, nothing I don't. But one simple sentence, he never talked much. Then you are disqualified. That gave me so much instruction in my life. For the last 30 years, it gave me such a things. It's like a very sharp way he gave the instruction. And another I remember, actually, my generally devotees brahmachari, then getting married, joined, then getting married. My case is, I got married and we joined together. I was working, both of us were working. After marriage, within a year we joined, in 93 or something, 94, full time. Then before marriage, I was working outside. I went to Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj, I am going to get married. Please give instruction. I don't know, those days, we used to have a lot of questionnaire for Grihasthas before entering Grihastha ashram. Around 25 to 30 questions. Both boy and girl should fill up the question referring Bhagavatam. So many references will be there. You have to go through what is Arthanarini and what is the things, what are the exemplary characters, couples in the Bhagavatam or Purana, like so many nice questions. And some question I remember, if you are following and Bhagavatam tells, if you, purport, a husband should follow the Krishna, and wife should follow the husband. Not that they should follow each other. That material life they tell, get attracted to each other. But the spiritual life, by showing faith and affection to husband, the wife is going to be elevated at least to a male birth, next thing. And by husband going dedicated to Krishna, he is going to advance. And since he is going to advance, he is going to take his wife also back. That is a process. It's a chain, not like a loop. This was instruction like that, and it is a wonderful instruction. Before marriage, I have to write and answers, everything very and a tick. Now is so busy. Those days it is very. We are fortunate enough to get such instructions and all those things, and also such instruction like that. If husband is, and in the family life, husband has to share the half of the faults of his wife, and wife will share the half of the benefits of the husband. It's a irrational formula, because he will share the good thing, husband should share the bad thing. Why? Because wife is serving husband, she gets half the benefit. And the wife is doing fault, husband is not taking care, that's why she is doing fault, therefore husband has to take the responsibility. I am just remembering Guru Maharaj, how nicely he has formed the questions. Still I have the questions. All the questions I have in my bank and all those things. Maybe 30 years over. And in such a way, very simple, straightforward instruction. Then I went for blessings for Guru Maharaj. Then he just immediately, that I was that time in 91, 92, I was in Hare Krishna Hill. Then he told, I am just only Jnani, and you go to Madhu Pandit, he is a Vijnani. I know only theory, he knows practice. Just a quick word. There is a difference between Jnana and Vijnana. Things by knowledge and things by experience. That is another lesson he gave. And I am just few quoting. And one of the things in management, or after later we come across, one of the strong things is I found him, he tells many times, even if he is not convinced, he may be a single person alone in the meetings, bureau or anything, he will vote against. Even yesterday he voted against many things, only one person. And I am not convinced, I will not vote. But at the same time, after everything is over, I will accept the decision of the whole body. Not that I will take separate. He gets along. He struggles hard to put all ideas, but finally he will not keep in his heart some bad feeling or bitter feeling. He immediately get along. Yes, it's a majority decision of the Vaishnavas, I will accept it. And these are a few remembrances that came to my memory. Lot of devotees are waiting to talk. Thank you very much. I am blessed to be with all of you and blessed to be with him. By his fortune, by his mercy, I have been progressing in the devotional service. I feel somewhat I should continue satisfy my Guru Maharaj till the end of my life. Life after life. Sorry. Hare Krishna.
तो आज हिज होलीनेस जयपताका स्वामी महाराज के व्यास पूजा महामहोत्सव है। तो हमारे वैष्णव संप्रदाय में हम आचार्यों की आविर्भाव तिथि को ही व्यास पूजा महोत्सव मनाते हैं। ये वास्तवतम 72 है, वास्तवतम व्यास पूजा महोत्सव है। जैसे ही प्रभुपाद जी ने विशेष में कहा कि ये वृंदावन मेरा घर है और मायापुर मेरा पूजा की स्थल है और जो बॉम्बे वो मेरा ऑफिस है। तो इसलिए विशेष रूप में प्रभुपाद जी ने मायापुर में जयपताका महाराज का भूमिका को विशेष रूप में वहाँ पर महत्वपूर्ण समझकर इनको यहाँ पर सेवा प्रदान की। और हम जैसे जानते हैं कि प्रारंभ से ही जब जयप्रताप महाराज भारत में आए तो तब से प्रभुपाद जी ने चाहते थे कि वो भारत की नागरिक बने और मायापुर के विशेष जमींदारी को संभाले। बॉम्बे में जो रहते थे विशेष में श्रीनाथ जी कहते थे उनके घर में प्रभुपाद जाते थे, उनके पिताजी जो कि उस समय MP थे, तो उनको कहते थे कि मैं ये लड़का को भारतीय सब नागरिक बनाना चाहता हूँ। तो वो सोचते थे क्या ये क्यों भारतीय के नागरिक बनाने के इनको क्यों चाहते क्या। लेकिन उस समय प्रभुपाद जी ने इनको कहते थे कि ये आप जानते नहीं हो, ये चैतन्य महाप्रभु की पार्षदों में से एक है और ये अनलिमिटेड डिसाइपल्स हैं, कभी हजारों संख्या में शिष्य भविष्य में बनाएगा। कई बार एक बात को श्रीनाथ जी जो थे तो वो कहते थे। तो इसीलिए भी हम आज देख सकते हैं प्रभुपाद जी की जो भविष्यवाणी वो कैसे सफल हुई है। और महाराज लगभग 50,000 शिष्य उनके दीक्षित शिष्य है इस्कन में अभी, और उन्होंने प्रचार कार्य को कितनी आगे इस्कन में बढ़ा, इस्कन के प्रचार कार्य को मायापुर के डेवलपमेंट में और किस प्रकार उनकी सहायता है और उन्होंने किस प्रकार मायापुर के विशेष प्रचार, विशेष रूप में जैसे सनातन प्रभु कहते थे कि कंग्रीगेशन प्रीचिंग नामहट्ट। साधारणतः GBC लोग ये प्रोग्राम नहीं चाहते थे कि इसमें कोई प्रॉफिट नहीं है, कोई पैसा आने वाला नहीं, लेकिन जयप्रताप महाराज उसकी रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेकर उसकी विशेष रूप में GBC बनकर और ये नामहट्ट प्रचार को पूरा विश्व में प्रसिद्ध प्रचार किए। इस्कन में जैसे भक्ति विनोद नित्यानंद प्रभु तथा भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जैसे इच्छा था तो इस इच्छा को आगे और बढ़ाए महाप्रभु की इच्छा। पृथ्वी के अच्छे जतन नगर आदि ग्राम सर्वत्र प्रचार होइबे मोरो नाम, ये जो चैतन्य महाप्रभु की भविष्यवाणी है तो इसको सार्थक करने के लिए स्वयं महाप्रभु तो अपने जो सेनापति भक्त ही डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद जी को इस पृथ्वी पर भेजे। लेकिन इनको सहायता करने के लिए ये सब पहले से ही विश्व की भिन्न भिन्न कोने में ये सब महाप्रभु अपने उन अन्य पार्षदों को भी सब भेजे हैं। तो इसलिए मुख्य सेनापति रूप में प्रभुपाद होने पर भी ऐसे ही जयप्रताप महाराज और जितने भी सब अन्य ने सब ये सब साधारण व्यक्ति नहीं है, ये भी चैतन्य महाप्रभु की कृपा पात्र हैं। वो प्रभुपाद जी को सहायता करने के लिए इस धरा पर अवतीर्ण हुए थे और उनको सहायता किए हैं। और मायापुर में विशेष रूप में नामहट्ट प्रचार तथा बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन जो किताब वितरण की विशेष में मायापुर में डेवलपमेंट हुई, वो भी जयप्रताप महाराज के विशेष अध्यक्षता उनकी देखरेख में और उनके आशीर्वाद के साथ। और मायापुर में और जो भी डेवलपमेंट हम देख रहे हैं अभी विशेष रूप में जो विशेष जो TOVP व अद्भुत मंदिर जो कि नित्यानंद प्रभु के व भक्त धारा में भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर जो कि भविष्यवाणी किए थे उस मंदिर के स्वप्न को साकार लाने में तो विशेष में जयप्रताप महाराज की और भूमिका है। इसी प्रकार हम देख सकते हैं इन्होंने प्रभुपाद जी को किस प्रकार सहायता की है और प्रभुपाद जी की इच्छा को पूर्ण करने के लिए उन्हें संपूर्ण रूप में समर्पित है, संपूर्ण रूप में समर्पित होकर उन्होंने जैसा आदर्श निभाया है, गुरुमुख पद्म वाक्य चिते ते करिया ऐक्य आर न करिय मने आशा, उस परंपरा से उनके समर्पण और को देखकर हमें उसी आदर्श में थोड़ा सा उनके मार्गानुसरण करने के लिए अवश्य सभी को प्रयास करना चाहिए। और तो इसी प्रकार आज उनकी 62तम ये व्यास पूजा महोत्सव उनके आविर्भाव तिथि में हम विशेष रूप में उनकी कृपा याचना करते हैं जो कि जैसे हम उनकी मार्गानुसरण प्रभुपाद जी के मार्गानुसरण और उनकी मार्गानुसरण कर सकें और प्रचार कार्य को आगे बढ़ा सकें। हिज होलीनेस जयप्रताप स्वामी महाराज की।
Hare Krishna. So today in Vrindavan, as usual, is festival day. Today we're having festival day. I can say to, given the opportunity to speak about Jayapataka Maharaj, it is something I welcome. I first met him in India in 1972, the winter of 1972. And I first got to see him a little bit in Mayapur, 1973. You know, Jayapataka Maharaj, he was part of a duo at that time, very big duo. It was Bhavananda, it was Maharaj at the time, Bhavananda Maharaj and Jayapataka Maharaj. They were a team. And of course in the front, very much was Bhavananda. If you know him, if you've seen him over the years, you can understand that. He was very, very upfront. Jayapataka Maharaj, from when I remember back there almost 50 years ago, was very quiet. And he was fine. He was very happy in that situation, that service in Mayapur. I even remember him plowing the fields in Mayapur. But I also remember, because I was with Srila Prabhupada, when he would come to Mayapur, or wherever Prabhupada would come, he always glorified Prabhupada with some mantras. Even after offering obeisances, he would always say something to glorify Srila Prabhupada very nicely. He was, to me, I joined 1971, so he was always a senior devotee. You joined in the 60s, 2-3 years before. They were like the Mahajans. In Jayapataka, he's like a Mahajan. I like his qualities because there's certain qualities he has remind me of Srila Prabhupada. And that, of course, anyone that can remind you of Prabhupada, that's welcome. He's here because he cares so much for ISKCON. He could have gone many years ago. And I see that as such a high quality in a disciple. That give up all comforts, all other comforts, to satisfy my spiritual master. Yeah, we know he had a choice many years ago. But like Prabhupada, he wanted to see, while he was here, this ISKCON went on nicely. And I see that with Maharaj, that desire just to carry out his spiritual master's order. And of course with the TOVP. But I also like Maharaj so much because he's very childlike, his behavior. There's an innocence. I say Prabhupada was childlike, not childish, childlike. There's this innocence that's there. Some of the great devotees you can see, Bhakti Churu Maharaj was the same. It's this sweetness. Prabhupada had that. You never wanted to leave that sweetness. Because everything else was there, was that pureness, that purity, pure devotee. So sweet. So I only get to see, I haven't seen him now for a few years. And I miss that opportunity because he's like that when I see him. He can be very funny. Maharaj is a very funny person. And he enjoys being with his devotees, and I know he especially appreciates his god brothers. He has all good qualities. So we just hope, as he desires, he remains here, because the society needs disciples like him. Those that just want to carry out Prabhupada's order. Hare Krishna.
Hare Hare. His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj ki. So we are very fortunate to be here in Vrindavan Dham. The Chaitra Maas, auspicious month. Ekadashi Titi, auspicious day Titi. And here we are assembled to celebrate the holy appearance of His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj, one of the very intimate disciples, prominent disciple of Srila Prabhupada. So his wonderful qualities are there as mentioned in the scriptures, that the devotee, the surrendered devotees, the pure devotees, they are endowed with so many wonderful qualities. Especially 26 are mentioned. Kripalu is merciful. He's controlling his mind and the senses. He's very renounced. But especially Krishnaika Sharanam, that is fully surrendered to Krishna. Of course, first the disciple has to surrender to the spiritual master, to his spiritual master, and then to Kali Yuga Avatar Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then it is possible to fully surrender to Swayam Bhagavan Sri Krishna, Gopinath, Yashodanandan. So there are so many wonderful qualities of His Holiness. And I had the good fortune of meeting him many times. First time I saw him was 1980. I had come for the first time to India in December, and at that time I had just a 1 month visa, landing visa, and I came to Vrindavan and I met the devotees. And then I had to get a new visa, so I went to Nepal, to Kathmandu, and there I first time met His Holiness, and of course immediately I was very much impressed by him. First of all, his transcendental huge body, and then at that time when I came and I stayed in the temple and I took a bath, and then I went to take darshan of the deities, and Maharaj then was giving class, and then he brought out his big wampus and very enthusiastically chanting Radha Madhav, and then of course the holy names, and enlivening everyone who was present there. And then he spoke very nicely about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and about the process of devotional service. I still very clearly remember. And then after the class, so he also spoke a few words to me because I just arrived. So very kind, very merciful. So that was my first meeting, and I was deeply moved and impressed by his wonderful devotional qualities. And then I stayed there, I got the visa, and then I went to Mayapur with some devotees who were there. Was Sankirtan devotees. I was one godbrother of Maharaj, Bhaktianand Sarup Maharaj, so he was Sankirtan party, and some Italian devotees, disciples of Jayapataka Maharaj also. And so we went together to Mayapur, and then we spent some time there, and he was also present. And so, of course, then also I had heard from the devotees, and later on I moved to Vrindavan, I stayed here, and we had heard about his wonderful preaching. So we had seen him, and we were impressed by his devotional activities, his chanting, and we could feel the purity and the wonderful lectures he was delivering. And then we heard about his wonderful qualities and also his activities, especially in Bengal and also Bangladesh. And as we have heard, establishing the Namhata preaching very effectively. And we have also seen and heard him. And so it is well known that he speaks very fluent Bengali. He speaks also some Hindi. One time many times so we met. One time also in Jaipur, the installation of Sri Krishna Balaram was there, and I was the main priest, and so he came there, and Gopal Krishna Maharaj, and we had a beautiful ceremony. And that time he spoke in Hindi, and giving guidance to all the devotees and the visitors by his wonderful katha and his deep realizations. Of course, his Hindi was not as good as the Bengali, but still the persons, the visitors, the devotees, they could understand him. So he was actually speaking many languages. So not only English, and actually many times the foreigners, especially America or even, they have difficulty in learning any language. They just speak English and that's all. And even now we have many devotees from the West, and they just speak English. But he was speaking not only Hindi, Bengali, but also some Spanish. So he was preaching actually all over the world. So he was really Parivrachakacharya, preaching all over the world. And so he was speaking some Spanish also. And because he was preaching in South America, where practically everyone is speaking Spanish, except in Brazil, they speak Portuguese. He didn't speak Portuguese, but Spanish, and the Portuguese, they will also understand Spanish. And so he was, wherever he was and preaching, he was able to convince the persons and the devotees to take up Krishna consciousness seriously. As we know, in Bengal and Bangladesh, and so many disciples are there. But then even in the West, in many places, practically everywhere he had disciples. So also in South America, he had quite a few disciples, and he was speaking also some Spanish. In America, even in Europe. One time also had a good fortune, he had come to Switzerland. At that time I was also in Switzerland, and he was enlivening the devotees there. And then we were going to New York for Rath Yatra, and so I had the good fortune of being on the same plane with him, sitting next to him. And there was one servant also, and so he very kindly also shared the Mahaprasadam, which the devotees had made for him for on the flight, long flight. And then he was practically continuously on the plane, he was chanting either the holy names, or he had a small Bengali book. And that time I didn't know any Bengali. Now I have learned Bengali also, I can understand a little bit. And he was like reading. So either he was chanting or he was reading. I guess it was a song book, the small song book which is there. And he was reading from that and singing also. So a very wonderful association. So the good fortune was there for me to have his association many times. And then in New York for the Rath Yatra, again also leading devotees. And he himself, he was many times leading the kirtans with his big wampers, or chanting and dancing very enthusiastically. And then being able to attract so many persons to Krishna consciousness. And so the famous Rath Yatra is there, and then at the end in the park, there he was giving a lecture also. And but his base, as we know, was Mayapur. So the responsibility was given to him to develop Mayapur and the preaching in Mayapur, and not only Mayapur but surrounding areas. And so he was going from village to village, and also not only, of course, by bus or by car, but even there was one boat there, Nitai Pada Kamala, right? So, Pada Kamala? Nitai Pada Kamala, no? Yeah, and so even on the boat they were going, because rainy season, there's so much water here, you cannot go by bus or car. So then they were going by boat also. And then distributing prasadam to the needy during the flood. during the floods, rainy season. Many times it was inundated, the temple and the surrounding areas. But he never stopped preaching. And distribution of prasadam also, which Prabhupada wanted, especially in Mayapur and Vrindavan. Prabhupada in Vrindavan, he was saying also 3 things are most important. One is deity worship, and the other one is the prasadam distribution and 24-hour kirtan. And so also in Mayapur, so Prabhupada he established, so he wanted this big temple, and which is under construction, and so His Holiness is certainly one of the driving forces behind the Adbhut Mandir, which was predicted by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And so the prasadam distribution was always going on since Prabhupada times, and we had so many stories also about how he was, even in difficult times, he was taking care of the things and distributing prasadam, or organizing prasadam distribution, and going to solve the legal problems, going by bicycle himself to the different officers to try to solve the problems. So practically he was the main personality there. Of course, Bhavananda, at time Maharaj, Prabhu was also important. But as far as I'm concerned, and I could see and hear, so he was the most important personality. And even still now, of course, all the many devotees are there, and Pankajangiri, Jananivas, and other devotees, all wonderful. But everyone actually is taking shelter of His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj and asking him his advice also. And as Prabhuji, Shankardari Prabhu was saying also, when there's a meeting, then he will always ask his opinion, and then what he thinks. And then he will give his opinion, and that is very much valued. Of course, then because of his humility and respect, he will also accept what others are presenting, and then he will accept the majority vote also. But usually when he is saying something that has a great value and everyone is listening to his words of wisdom, his realizations, his experience, and whatever he's doing is in grand style. So before his stroke, so his body was grand, and of course even still now is, although in this condition, any other person to still do seva the way he's doing it is practically unimaginable how he's doing even in this condition, as we have seen after his stroke in 2010. Still he continued. Of course it took a little time, but even now again, so it's quite, according to the circumstances, quite well, and he's still doing so much preaching, wonderful preaching, enthusing the devotees. And as we say in the Gayatri Mantra, Prachodayat, the spiritual master and the Lord is enthusing the devotees, externally but internally also. Therefore we meditate on him 3 times a day. And then we get the enthusiasm to also follow to some extent in the footsteps and do some seva for the pleasure of Hari Guru Vaishnav. And then, of course, whenever he used to come here at least once a year for Kartik and Prabhupada's disappearance day, or just after that. And then whenever he came here, usually he was giving initiation. And usually he always wanted me to give the initiation, to do the initiation ceremony, so the opportunity, and always at least 100 devotees were there to take initiation. And usually, well, yeah, it was taking time because he has to find a new name. And the devotees are there. Sometimes you had to wait 2, 3, 4 hours. I was ready to do the yajna. Now I couldn't do that, to wait 3, 4 hours, because in old age you have to go to the bathroom all the time. But in young age you can for many hours you can keep going without eating and drinking and passing water. And so we have to sometimes wait 3, 4 hours. So the ceremony was supposed to start 4 o'clock and everything was ready. I remember one time, and then giving the names. So 100 names had to be given. The computer was there. Of course the disciples, and everything is noted. And so big challenge to have a new name. So therefore Maharajas, especially now, the later disciples Maharaj's disciples' names are quite long because he has to add so many, like Satchinanda Gaurahari. The beginning is only Gaurahari, then Satchinanda Gaurahari, then Param Darayu Satchinanda Gaurahari, and so on. The names become very long because he has so many disciples, so he had to add something with the help of his disciples also. But then, of course, the ceremony is performed, and and also, so he was very much, so of course, pure devotee, of fully absorbed in serving as Prabhupada wanted, fully dedicated to Prabhupada and of course Mahaprabhu and Krishna. And so he was very knowledgeable, knowledgeable in the Vedic, in the Shastras given by Srila Prabhupada, but also the previous acharyas, and also the Vaishnav tradition and culture. For example, many times when he was giving class, and then he was starting with, to some extent, saying the Sankalpa, the declaration of the activity. So we are here, just in Chaitra Mas, Shukla Paksha, in Sri Vrindavan Dham, in front of Sisi Gonita, Krishna Balaram, Sisi Radha, Shana Sundar, and now we're going to speak about the Srimad Bhagavatam. So completely absorbed, and his whole entire being in the, of course, in the pure instructions of Srila Prabhupada, but also the previous acharyas, the Vaishnav culture. So he was very knowledgeable in that. And many times at the time of initiation, so as Prabhu Shankardari Prabhu was saying, he gave him some instructions about Grihastha Ashram. Although he was a sannyasi, but then of course he was knowledgeable. And every time, so of course to the brahmacharis he was giving instructions, but then when the householders were taking initiation, and then he was telling them, for you it is very important that you follow all these samskars, the different samskars which are there. So married life is there, but then the different samskar, purificatory rites for the husband and wife, and then for the children which are supposed to come, like Garbhadan Samskar, Anaprashanan Samskar. So because I know, because many times I was always doing the initiation ceremony, the yagya, and then also many of his disciples, and they asked me to do this ceremony, that ceremony, and then they come to me and they're telling me, Maharaj is telling me to do this samskar when the wife is pregnant. So there's different samskar, Pumsavana samskar, Shinantanayanam samskar, Shushyanti homa. So as far as possible, he's telling the disciples also to follow. So they have done the proper, then the foundation is laid down for being able to properly adopt the principal angas of devotional service, which is chanting the holy names and worshipping the deities in the association of the Vaishnavas here in Bhagavatam. But we have to have a strong foundation of follow rules and regulations according to Varna Ashram very strictly also. So I offer my most humble obeisances to his lotus feet, and on this auspicious day, and I pray that we may be able to advance nicely, all of us, in our devotional service, and get his blessings so we can serve him and Srila Prabhupada and the mission of Srila Prabhupada. His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj ki.
भागवत में लिखा है कि भक्त मृत्यु के ऊपर विजय प्राप्त करते हैं. The Bhagavad says the dear devotees of the Lord conquer the death, and here is the example Jayapataka Maharaj, and twice he has conquered the death. Twice he has conquered the death actually. Only in the Bhagavatam it is written, but example, हमारे पास उदाहरण कोई नहीं है. और ये आप सुनते ही आ रहे हैं. यू आर जस्ट हियरिंग दिस अगेन एंड अगेन. तो मैं देर से आया, मुझे मालूम नहीं, कई बार हो सकता है रिपीट हो गया, लेकिन अच्छी बात, रिपीट करने में कोई दोष नहीं है. Repetition of good thing is always glorification. And this is what we are glorifying. The Vaishnava is It's called in Bhagavatam Ishanukatha. Bhagavatam Ish Anukatha, the glories of the Supreme Lord and His devotees. So this is Isanukatha what we are doing. And Lord is more pleased when we glorify the devotees. भगवान प्रसन्न होते हैं भक्तों की प्रशंसा से. So ये आपने सुना है श्रील प्रभुपाद जी मायापुर की ज़मीन लेना कितना मुश्किल था, कैसे उस ज़मीन को लिया गया, कैसे स्थितियों के अंदर, और फिर कहाँ ये स्थायी व्यक्ति हो. और तब केवल साहब लोग ही थे उनकी भाषा में. भाई फिर से ओनली देयर आर वेस्टर्नर्स, कोई तो लोकल तो था नहीं. देयर वाज नोबडी लोकल. सो प्रभुपाद वांटेड सम really dedicated devotee to stay there. And in Gujarat there was member of parliament, the father of our dear Desai, N.D. Desai, Nathji Das. You all have seen Nathji Das many times, no? Nathji Das, very generous, humble and wonderful devotee. His father was member of parliament in Nadiyad, Gujarat. Prabhupada went and met him and told something which is now open secret. Said, you have to do one thing. What I can do for Maharaj, for you? क्या करूं मैं आपके लिए? बोला एक चैतन्य महाप्रभु का पार्षद है, इज एसोसिएट ऑफ चैतन्य महाप्रभु, मेरा शिष्य है, उसको आपको भारतीय नागरिकता दिलानी है. एंड यू हैव टू अरेंज एज इंडियन नेशनलिटी. और इतना तो प्रभुपाद ने कहा. आगे प्रभुपाद ने कहा कि ये भविष्य में जैसे महाराज कहते हैं कि 50,000 शिष्य बनाएंगे, 50,000 डिसाइपल एंड मोर. महाराज की महानता हमको उनकी ट्रांसलेशन करने का सेवा कई बार मिला. रथ यात्राओं में महाराज का विशेष आना. और जब हम यहाँ आए भी नहीं थे भारत में, तो पाकिस्तान में रहते थे, वीडियो एक में रथ यात्रा के ऊपर बोलते थे कोनो देश भेद नाई. बंगाली में बोले किसी देश कोनो देश भेद नाई, कोनो जाति भेद नाई. International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and then big bumper, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. This what I mean to say. 45 years back, एक मैगजीन उस जमाने में पाकिस्तान में हमारे पास, somebody brought the magazine, लाए थे. उसमें महाराज का कृष्ण नगर मायापुर से साइकिल के ऊपर जाके और लोहा और ईंट और सीमेंट खरीद के आना. अब कोई एक भक्त होगा मायापुर में जो कृष्ण नगर जाता होगा साइकिल पे? हाँ. इसलिए फॉर दिस रीजन साधु की देयर टू एस्पेक्ट ऑफ लाइफ ऑफ ए साधु. साधु की दो अवस्था होती है. एक साधना की अवस्था होती है जो किसी ने देखी नहीं होती है. एक सिद्ध अवस्था होती है, उसको देख के सब आश्चर्यचकित होते हैं. वो इतने सारे महाराज के सेवा कर रहे हैं, इतना सारा हो रहा है. पहले उन्होंने क्या किया है वो किसी ने देखा ही नहीं है कि कितना उन्होंने तपस्या की है और कितना परिश्रम किया. तो जो सिद्ध साधक दे जो उनका, तो मैं ट्रांसलेशन की बात कर रहा हूँ, एक करके पूरी करूँगा. महाराज ट्रांसलेशन में क्या करते थे, अंग्रेजी बोलते थे और मेरे को हिंदी में बोलना होता था. बीच में 2 शब्द हिंदी में बोलते थे. अब वो हिंदी में शब्द बोलते थे और मैं हिंदी में बोलता, यू हैव नॉट ट्रांसलेटेड. और एक बार तो मेरे को ये अनुभव हो गया, दोबारा महाराज ने हिंदी बोला, मैंने अंग्रेजी में ट्रांसलेट किया. तो महाराज ने हिंदी में बोला तो मैंने अंग्रेजी में कर दिया. द लास्ट ट्रांसलेशन महाराज की मेरे को जो करने का मिला वो बलराम देश बहरीन में, और महाराज ने अपने ही भजन के ऊपर स्वयं भावार्थ कहा, प्रभुपाद न होते तो की होता. ये भजन गाया आज किसी ने नहीं. आज ये भजन तो गाना चाहिए. ये जयप्रदा का महाराज की प्रभुपाद को असल में जो श्रद्धांजलि है उसका अति उत्तम भाव है. ये महाराज ने भजन किसी ने गाया, महाराज ने अपने भजन पे ऊपर परपट खुद दिया और हमको उसको ट्रांसलेशन करने का शुभ अवसर मिला। और सबसे अच्छी और तो महाराज को प्रणाम है, लेकिन महाराज को देखकर हमको लगता है हम कुछ भी नहीं है वैसे भी कुछ नहीं है, परंतु बेफिक्र है। और फिर डर लगता था, पता नहीं मोटे हैं मर जाएंगे, लेकिन लगता है कुछ नहीं हो सकता कभी डरने की बात नहीं है महाराज हरे कृष्ण। महाराज बड़े हंस मुख है, ऑलवेज इज इन दैट मूड। सो महाराज का मैं आपको बताऊं, इतने महान, आगरा में हम रथ यात्रा कर रहे थे प्रभुपाद की शताब्दी की महाराज आगरा आए, रथ यात्रा में कीर्तन अपना किया। अब वापस आने के लिए गाड़ी 800 मारुति हमारे पास इस्कान में थी उस वक्त, 800 मारुति छोटी, उसमें महाराज अंदर आ नहीं सकते, लेकिन इतना निमर और सादा जीवन, मतलब बड़े महात्मा होते हुए भी सो सिंपल। वो मारुति में यहाँ आए, उसी 800 मारुति में आगरा से यहाँ आए और मैं वहाँ रुका। मैंने पूछा गाड़ी कहाँ गई? बोलो महाराज को छोड़ने गई है। थोड़ा गाड़ी धन्य हो गई आज मारुति एडवर्टाइज में लिखा दे महाराज का फोटो वारंट में चढ़ा हुआ तो मारुति तो बिक जाएगी, कोई इससे बड़ा और कोई एडवर्टाइज हो नहीं सकता है मारुति का सो ये महाराज की निम्रता है। एक वो दुबई में है, वो एक रोटी बनाते हैं ना, रोटी जैसे हमारी रोटी, उसको हामूस क्या ऐसे कुछ कहते हैं। हाँ, अब वो लाए तो मैं तो उसको रोटी से ऐसे जैसे रोटी खाते सब्जी, बोला ऐसे नहीं खाते, इसको दूसरे खाते हैं महाराज। आश्चर्य लगता है कि खाड़ी के देशों में, विशेष रूप से मिडिल ईस्ट में महाराज का जो योगदान है कृष्ण भावना का, वो इतिहास में स्वर्ण शब्दों में लिखने वाला है, गोल्डन वर्ड्स में, क्योंकि हमारा तो बहुत जाना वहाँ होता है। एक जगह मैं सत्संग करने के लिए गया था, पहले मुझे ले गए थे, मैं सत्संग कर रहा था, बोला महाराज आने वाले हैं। और मैं तो वहाँ वो धोती पहन के जाता हूँ, क्योंकि वो समझते हैं कि किसी का बूढ़ा पिता होगा, घूमने दो इसको धोती में, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है। फॉर मी दे हैव नो प्रॉब्लम, बोला मे बी सम रिलेटिव ऑफ सम हिंदू। लेकिन महाराज पजामा और ऊपर से वो टी शर्ट, ऐसे उनके वहाँ ड्रेसें पड़ी होती हैं। तब महाराज हमारे उस ड्रेस में बाहर से आए तो मैं तो पहचान नहीं पाया कि भाई ये कौन आ रहे हैं। महाराज के सफारी वो पहन के आए, ब्राजे 2 मिनट कथा किया। सो अमेजिंग पर्सनालिटी। और मेरे को सबसे अच्छा लगा श्रुत कीर्ति गुरु भाई के जो प्रशंसा करते हुए हृदय द्रवित हो जाना, इसका अर्थ है कि उन्होंने कुछ देखा होगा तभी ऐसा हुआ होगा, नहीं तो ये संभव नहीं। और महाराज का जो योगदान है कृष्ण भावना में, अमृत संघ में, वो इतिहास में अतुलनीय है, अनकंपेरेबल है। जब पिता का स्वामी महाराज की दाई गौर प्रेमानंदे। महाराज से पूछा गया कि महाराज आपका जीवन का अनुभव क्या है? नित्यानंद इज वेरी मर्सीफुल, बस इतना कहा नित्यानंद इज वेरी मर्सीफुल, बड़े दयालु हुए नित्यानंद। ये महाराज ने कहा मेरा जीवन का अनुभव ये है कि नित्यानंद इज वेरी मर्सीफुल। अगर आप नित्यानंद के इंस्ट्रूमेंट बन के कहीं भी प्रचार करने के लिए प्रयास करोगे तो आपकी रक्षा होगी। और कभी भगवद गीता के इस श्लोक को हम उदाहरण देते हैं, न मे भक्त प्रणश्यति। हम कहते हैं ये भक्त है, आपके सामने बैठे हैं, शरीर में कितना भी कष्ट हो, लेकिन उनकी whatever their consciousness, it is 200% कृष्ण कॉन्शियस। तो भगवान इसकी रक्षा अभी भी करते हैं, ऐसे भी करते हैं। तो ये हमारे लिए बड़ा उदाहरण है महाराज का जीवन चरित्र, कृष्ण भावना के भविष्य के भक्तों के लिए। महाराज के चरण कमलों में प्रार्थना है कि उनके महिमा से, उनकी कृपा से जितना सेवा कर सके उनकी बड़ा अच्छा। महाराज का आज व्यास पूजा 72 साल पूरे हो रहे हैं 72। जय हो, जय पिता का स्वामी महाराज की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर भक्तवृंद की जय।
They are setting up. So only I can tell that just like Sarvam Prabhu also mentioned when we were hearing when Srutakirti Prabhu was telling, and he could not tell anything when he was mentioning that we need some devotees in the society whose only projective to carry out the order of Srila Prabhupada. That was his last sentence. So this is the sample. I have heard it many times that once Prabhupada asked among his disciples, many senior disciples and associates there, in one class he asked, what is the duty of a spiritual master? He asked this question. So many senior sannyasis were there, many hands up. Prabhupada said, okay, go ahead, tell me, what is the duty of a real spiritual master? And they said, to help the disciple, to educate him, to take his, many things. Prabhupada said, no. Then few hands come down. So, like whatever they said, something, no, then all of them quite nothing. Then what? Everybody silent. Then what is the duty of a real spiritual master? None of them said, whatever they are saying, Prabhupada said, no, this is not the duty. So then finally Prabhupada said, the duty of a real spiritual master is only to follow the order of his spiritual master. This is the only duty. So this is the example. In our movement, there are many such disciples are there, followers of, staunch followers of Prabhupada are there. In ISKCON movement, we cannot describe ISKCON without describing Mayapur. This is the headquarter, Pujasthali of. And in Mayapur, if you describe Mayapur without Jayapataka Maharaj, it is not complete. You have to say something about him. Once I was hearing when Tamal Krishna Maharaj was telling in Mayapur long back, he was telling in one story that after getting the land, when the construction starts, only Prabhupada Bhajan Kutir was there. And the construction materials used to come. At that time, some sand and some the ships were there, and Prabhupada was there in his room. And night time, Jayapataka Maharaj was sleeping on the sand. The truckload sand, they unloaded the sand, they went, and he was sleeping on that sand only whole night. That was just like Sarvam Prabhu mentioned, he was in cycle going to Krishnanagar to pursue the material. Sometimes he has to sleep on the sand the whole night. There is no such facility. And now we are going without booking confirmed, we are not going to Mayapur. Jatra cancelled, we are not getting good accommodation there. But he was getting accommodation on the sand and sleeping there and going outside toilet with water pot like that. So such kind of dedication, such kind of determination to serve his spiritual master. So that's why even if he is in such a difficult, physically he was such a situation, but when he getting opportunity to speak about Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, then he is far out. Like a lion he will speak. Gaur Katha, Nityananda Katha like that, then unimaginable. So that's why many people can say many things, but by his the presence, by his whatever he is doing, it's a great lesson to the whole humanity, that even in such a condition, his heart changed, kidney changed, almost as a doctor he said 2 times he has conquered the death, and still he is preaching. Oh, new Nova. We cannot imagine even what a spirit he has. Even he cannot go physical to the plus online class, everywhere and every meeting. He will attend every meeting and to give his view, whether He will accept or not, that is another thing. He will accept the majority, but he will give his views. So, exactly that others, Maharaj also they were mentioning that Prabhupada could see some of his disciples that they are not ordinary, they are sent by his spiritual master and also by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to propagate the mission of Krishna consciousness throughout the world. So, Jayapataka Maharaj definitely one similar Parsada who appeared in this world just to help to propagate Krishna consciousness under the guidance of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada will be feeling very much proud to have such kind of followers and disciples. So today his 72 appearance day in Vyas Puja. So what we can do? He has unlimited qualities, we can describe all those. So only on this such auspicious occasion of his appearance day on this earth, as a member of the society, we can only offer our heartfelt Shraddhanjali on his feet, that in this particular day he should be very, very merciful upon fallen souls like us, that if he can mercifully release, if he can give 1 million times of his qualities, his dedication towards his spiritual master, then our life will be success. Hare Krishna.
After hearing from so many exalted Vaishnavas, what brings me here, from my small place, I also want to share few of my memories with His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. I dare to sit here on behalf of Bhaktivedanta Hospital because Maharaj, after the stroke, the immediate crisis was tackled in Hinduja Hospital, but then he chose to come to Bhaktivedanta Hospital, and Radhanath Swami Maharaj, our Guru Maharaj, instructed the whole medical team that go all the way out, whatever you can do to serve Maharaj. So taking that instruction in our heart, team of doctors and paramedical staff were engaged. Few of them were doing 24-hour service in Hinduja as well. And then Maharaj came. This happened around Kartik after the GBC meeting, and practically probably for almost 5 months Maharaj was there. And because of the paralysis, his half side was weak and he could not close his eye. That gave me and my husband an excuse to be with such an exalted Vaishnava. And because he could not close, twice a day we were supposed to visit him to make sure his cornea doesn't dry and he is able to put the eyelid together. Actually, Maharaj was not the patient. We were the patients. We got an opportunity to treat his eyes, but he was treating our hearts. There's a terminology in medical science called as nosocomial infection, which means when you work in a hospital environment where all infected patients are there are many, many viruses, bacteria in that air. So we have to protect ourselves. But spiritual energy is far more powerful than material energy. If a small virus or bacteria can infect us, why not love of Godhead? And I am the proof of it. My stone-like heart is so much affected by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. The way all of you have already described, his grand personality, his grand vision. Whenever we went to his room, he wanted to hear something that we did in the hospital, and we told something about Krishna to our patients. And he was always open to share love of Godhead, whether it was a sweepress going to his room or it was a Christian physiotherapist. He touched lives of each and every one. In the hospital, how many minutes do I have? Okay. Attention to details is a sign of love. I saw Maharaj's personality filled with this quality. One day we went for the round and we saw him read a newspaper, and he asked his assistant, go and pay for the newspaper. And I was like, Maharaj, our Guru Maharaj has told us to give our life for you, and here you are thinking of one newspaper that he didn't want to take for free. There's so many memories, but time is short. Love of Godhead is flowing all around us, and they are willing to give it to us. But I am a stone on the bank of this river. I am remaining dry. I pray to His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj to help me pulverize this stone-like heart and make it soft soil where this love of Godhead can soak, and then we can share with the world. Thank you so much. Hare.
When he got the stroke in Mumbai, after that, Radhanath Maharaj had a Pune Yatra, and he called up Jayapataka Maharaj to ask about his health, and he said, Maharaj, we are having a Yatra, would you like to come? So Maharaj said, yes, I will come. And he was in a very, very critical condition and on ventilators, and he insisted that I want to go for Pune Yatra. And the doctor said that if he goes, he may not survive. And all the doctors said he is not supposed to travel and the roads are very bad. And then the brahmachari said that, no Maharaj, you cannot go. He said, no, my dear God brother has invited me. How I cannot go? I must go and I will go. I want to go and serve devotees. I want to go and give Krishna Katha. And everyone said no, but he said no. And then the doctor said, let's do what makes him happy. And at that time in 2008, the roads from Mumbai to Pune were very bad. And they didn't have that kind of proper ambulances and all. Still Maharaj came to Pune. And when he couldn't walk, he couldn't even speak, but still he was on the mic and he was giving Krishna Katha. We couldn't understand anything, but seeing his love to serve us, everyone out there had tears rolling down their eyes. Such is Vaishnav Thakur. Vaishnav Thakur ki jai. Then one time in Mayapur during Kirtan Mela, he had just come back from Calcutta and he was very, very in a critical position, and he said, no, I must go to serve the devotees. I must chant Kirtan. His mood is always to serve devotees in whatever condition he is. And then Mahavara Prabhu and devotees, they brought him in front of Panchatattva, and I was just sitting near his lotus feet fanning him. And he told them, I want to get up. And he put his hands up and he was chanting Hare Krishna. And you know, we all had tears rolling down our eyes. Panchatattva had tears rolling down their eyes. So much, it's such bad condition. I don't know who would want to come out in public and get infected. And he had just come and he was standing. Everyone was holding his hands, his feet, his body. And we were crying to see his bhav, you know, to serve us, to serve the deities, to serve Srila Prabhupada. And we saw the deities crying. Such is our Vaishnav Thakur. Jai Vaishnav Thakur ki jai. 2008, I started distributing Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gitas in 2007 December. And 2008, the GBC meeting was in Mumbai when I had first darshan of Guru Maharaj, Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. And I completely lost my heart to Guru Maharaj. और जो भी गुरु महाराज को एक बार भी मिल जाता है ना, वो 2 मिनट में गुरु महाराज हमारा दिल चुरा लेते हैं. जैसे कन्हई भगवान सब चोर है, हमारे दिल चुराते हैं, वैसे ही गुरु महाराज हम सबका दिल चुरा लेते हैं. I'm sorry, I'm going fast because of less time. And I lost my heart completely to him, and I said, Guru Maharaj, should I take Diksha from you or from my Radhanath Maharaj? He said, you can take from any one of us. And then we heard that he got a stroke and he was hospitalized. And I also went to Hinduja Hospital, and the first day when he was giving darshan in Bhaktivedanta Hospital, I was distributing books there for his pleasure in the evening, and I was sitting all day. And when my turn came, that time they made him sit on a wheelchair, and he didn't have his lotus paduka on. And I straight away went and put my head on his one lotus feet, and he placed his other lotus feet on my head. And I was chanting all pranam mantras. And Guru Maharaj placed his lotus feet on my head. Whatever I am, Guru Maharaj, I'm such a useless person, but so much mercy was showered on me. And he asked me, what is happening about your book distribution? Distribute more books, distribute more books. And I was an alone Mataji. I still am, but so much he gave me, encouragement and instructions. Go out, distribute Prabhupada's books, distribute the holy name. And I said, Guru Maharaj, I don't have anybody to help me, and I'm here in a biggest brahmachari ashram in Chowpatty Mandir, and they don't like interaction with single Matajis. He said, doesn't matter, you just carry on, you go out, you go, Krishna's with you, the whole Guru Parampara is with you. And every year he was telling me, double the score, double the score. And in 6 years, 6.5, I think 6 years, I don't know, more than 6.5 lakh Bhagavad Gitas were distributed by my useless hands because of my Guru Maharaj, Radhanath Maharaj, Jayapataka Maharaj and Pankaj Jangri Maharaj. It was your score, Guru Maharaj, not mine. And every time he was sick in Chennai, Mumbai, and just the very next day he'd be off his ventilator, he would say, I want to go to the temple, I want to preach, I want to give a class. And doctors would say no, and this is his mood. How much you've given us, Guru Maharaj, we can never ever repay you. We can never ever repay you. I pray today at your lotus feet. Please shower your mercy on me. I can become a devotee of a devotee of the devotee, and I can become a Vaishnava. We love you very much, Guru Maharaj. And last year, I came from Mayapur after Gaur Purnima, and he called me. He said, why not coming to see me? So I said, no, Guru Maharaj, you're not well. Everybody wants to come. He said, no, you come to see me. So I went to see him, and I said to him, Guru Maharaj, I said, sometimes I'm not able to please some devotees, and sometimes devotees hate me. So I have no chance of going back to Godhead because I can't please you. I can't please Srila Prabhupada. And he said to me, I love you. I said, no, Guru Maharaj, I love you more. He said, no, I love you. This is your I love you, Guru Maharaj. The whole year I was in Vrindavan, I could make it that at least my Guru Maharaj loves me, someone loves me. You've showered so much mercy on me, I'm all sold out to you. I pray at the lotus feet of all these Vaishnavas assembled here to bless me, that I can serve the holy name, I can serve Vaishnavas, I can serve Gau Mata, being Das, Anudas of everyone. Please, I beg for
सभी पुष्प ये मंगलाचरण करेंगे, इसके बाद 3 बार पुष्पांजलि अर्पण करेंगे महाराज को. Hare Krishna. So we'll perform Pushpanjali. First of all, we chant the Mangalacharan together, and then we'll offer Pushpanjali. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshorun Militam Yenam Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Sayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yotapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Chirupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakanvitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Paschata Deshatarine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Tinamine Shiva Shabani Devi Daitaya Kripabdaye कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान दैने पवे नमः मधुयोज्वल प्रेमद्या श्रीरूपनुग भक्तिदा श्री गौर करुण शक्ति विग्रहाय नमस्तुते नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दीनतारिणे रूपानुगा विरुदाप सिद्धान्तद्वन्द्वहारिणे नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षाद्वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्बार संबोधे पदाम्बुजयते नमः नमो भक्तिविनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुगावरायते गौरादिविभावभूमिस्त्वं निर्देष्टा सज्जना प्रिया वैष्णवा सार्वभौम श्रीजगन्नाथायते नमः वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नम महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरतिसे नमः पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तारूपा स्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्तक्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते जयतां सुरतो पंगोर मम मंदामतेर्गति मत्सर्वस्व परं भोजो राधा मदन मोहनो दिव्य वृंदरण कल्पद्रुमदो श्रीमद् रत्नाकर सिंहसनस्तो श्रीमद् राधा शिला गोविंद देवो प्रेष्ठालिभि सेवमानो स्मरामि श्रीमां रसारसारम्भे वंशेवत ततस्थितः कर्षन् विनोसनय गोपीर गोपीनाथ श्रीस्तु नः तप्त कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरे वृषभानो सुदे देवी प्रणामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताक स्वामी निधि नामिने नामाचार्य पादाय निताय कृपा प्रदायिने गौरा कथा दमादाय नागर ग्राम तारिणे ऐसा पुष्पांजलि समर्पयामि ऐसा पुष्पांजलि